All right. Thank you so much for coming to our broadcast. Maybe you've never seen my face before, or you've never heard of my name. My name is Idika Imeri. I am an archbishop, but that is not important to what I'm doing now. Many people prophesied of how God said that Peter Obi is going to be the president of Nigeria, election 2023 that happened on Saturday. You need to go back to your history to know that Nigeria has been conducting election since the 1920s. So over 100 years now. So it's not a country that was just born in 1960. There are many people who have spoken about who God has chosen for you guys out there in Nigeria to be your next president. But you forgot one thing. I'm going to talk to you guys about covenant and ambush. Siege, S-I-E-G-E. You guys forgot about all of that. Nigeria exists as in two different ways. Calm down and listen to me so that you will not lose your life over nothing. If you know what I'm about to tell you, blessed are you. I'm not talking in religious terms, and I will never talk to you about religion. I will not talk to you about tribe, ethnicity. I'm not interested in those things. Nigeria is both a nation. It exists as a nation. And Nigeria is also a business. Nigeria as a nation is a very tiny, is very small. Allegiance to Nigeria as a nation by Nigerian people is very little. Allegiance to Nigeria as a business is very big. Allegiance to Nigeria as a nation is out of 100%, only 5%. But allegiance to Nigeria as a business is 95 over 100. So think about that. I've heard many of you talk very strongly about dividing the country. That's not what the issue is here. There are smart ones and smart families who knew the differences is too much between ethnic groups and tribes. And because of that, they seized Nigeria as a business for their families, for their tribes, for their ethnicity. And they began to wove, W-O-V-E, like a spider web. They began to wove connections. Now there is a particular ethnic group that has what it takes to weave a spider web between the ethnic groups, and that is the Yorubas. They might be loud, but they are quiet. They have the gift of negotiation. The Igbos are loud, but they are not together. They are not people that confront one leader and stand by that one leader. The rest of the country do not trust the Igbos. because of the suffering that happened because of the Biafran War. So because of it, the Igbos need to go and make a covenant with the Yorubas and make a covenant with the Nupe, Fulani, and Hausa group. And they need to go and make covenant with the Calabar and the FX, the Upper Cross River. The Tiv, TIV, the Tiv people, the riverine areas of the Delta and Port Harcourt people. They need to go and make a covenant with them. Yorubas has made covenant with the Hausas and Fulanis, so they intermarried easily. They crisscross each other's religion. They don't have no problem with it. You can have a wealthy Yoruba family. One of the fathers or mothers is a fetish person, worship the goddess, worship Oshun or whatever, or Ogun. Worship the different Ifas. Yes. Or is even an open witch, has a shrine. The Muslim and the Christian, they all go with her. They don't have problem with it. On the day that the Muslim in the family have their celebration, all the Christians and all those who worship traditional God, they go with them. On the day that the Christians have their own festivals, the rest of the family go with them. So they don't have no problem. So the Yorubas have learned to coexist with the gods and goddesses of the other ethnic group and with the other ethnic groups. But they have a strong covenant with the Hausas, Fulanis, and Nupe people. That's what the rest of the South, whether South, North, South, East, Southwest, South, South, Southeast, they should know this. And that is why the Yorubas, they are very good entrepreneurs. You find them everywhere. Government. But that is not my aim here. My aim here is to talk to you about what you don't know. Those who profit from Nigeria, those who see Nigeria as a business, I've already said that. So that's the way you should see it. Until everyone is tired of it. Right now, people are not yet tired. Right now, people have not yet seen hardship. As long as you can send your kids to universities, you can still eat, you don't have no problem. Many a time when Nigerians are shouting, when they are shouting that things are too difficult, they are shouting because they've not been given their own share to eat. When once money changes hand, they stop talking. Now let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is not the Hausas and the Fulanis and the Yorubas. The problem is this. Nigeria is made up of different cabals. K-A-B-A-L-S. Different secret rulers. Secret bodies that rules. There are those that rule the financial aspect of the country. There are those who are kingmakers. There are those who decide who is a general and who is not. Who climb on who doesn't. There are those who are the big religious leaders. Nothing is exactly as you think it is. It's not that Nigeria has problems or Nigeria has challenges. It is that your own very people from the east, the Igbos, the Akwa Iboms, the Calabars, the Tiv, the Nupe, the Fulani, the Hausas, the different Yoruba cliques, the Edos, Deltas, the Isokos, the Robos, Port Harcourt, Bayelsa, all those people. Your people, there are people among your people who are members of the ruling class of Nigeria. And a lot of the political class are also people who have either they are still in the military or they are out of the military. So decisions are made by a wide, big range of people from every ethnic group. These are the people who are ruling and running affairs. And that is how it has come to be. People who are making noise in Nigeria about how difficult things are is because they have not been given their own share. They need their share. And then there are people who actually, they want to see Nigeria like how it is in other better countries. But how can you have it? How do you think you can have it? When some are protesting, some are revolting, but there's no negotiation. Negotiations are made within the ruling class. The ruling class, they make negotiations. Give and take. It's done there. There is no ethnic group that has not benefited from Nigeria as a business. There is no ethnic group that has benefited from Nigeria as a nation. None. The Hausas have not benefited. The Fulanis have not benefited. The Nupe have not benefited. The Gwaris have not benefited. The Yorubas have not benefited. Nobody has benefited from Nigeria as a nation. But certain class have benefited from Nigeria as a business. As a business. So it's left for you, either you want to waste your time to be fighting for Nigeria as a nation, or whether you should shift and join Nigeria as a business. I like Nigeria as a business because that favors me. You might not like what I'm saying, but that's just what it is. I like Nigeria as a business because that favors me, because I'm also a top-class business guy. I like money. I like luxury. I like good things. Government is not coming to do anything for me. So if you are looking for your nation to come and do your road and build you flyover, overpass, bridges, you're wasting your time. Sometime it may happen, sometime it may not happen. Everyone is not Nyesom Wike. Everyone is not him. The problem of Nigeria is not Buhari. The problem of Nigeria is those from the world level to the local government to the state level. They've all been given budgeted money to do those things. If they decide not to do it, how is it Buhari's problem? The problem of Buhari is to sign the check, sign the bill, say yes to things, stamp things. But those who are to carry it out, they are the people who are to do it, not him. Now let me address the next thing. Why are you trying to hold Buhari responsible for what your governor doesn't want to do? For what your local government chairman does not want to do? Or chairwoman doesn't want to do? Or your ministers failed to do? What your imam and your pastors and your bishop and archbishops and all of these titles failed to do? You want to go and hold him responsible for it? Because he's your president? Whereas the opportunity is there to do those things. Who's stopping you from doing it? Nobody. Yes, some Wike of Rivers State has shown us how it can be done. You don't need your president to come and do it. You need one person willing to do it. And yes, some Wike did it for his state. Even though the state exists, the state is also a business. But during his governorship, his governorship, he decided to do it. So why are you blaming the Fulani Hausas and Yorubas for your problem? When you can easily be bought and sold. When your very people who are telling you to go and protest, behind the scene, they are members of the cabal. They are sitting and looking at you and laughing at you. You go there and get killed. Do you see their children out there protesting? Their children are all in overseas. They are watching the news, making sure their parents are protected. A day will come that all of you will finally decide to start looking at Nigeria as a nation. And then you can do the small you can do or the big you can do. Right now, it is Nigeria as a business. And I'm interested in that side very much. Because I need the money and I need the material resources. But also remember that even though Nigeria is a business, there are also people who are interested and who are doing things in different states and in different local government areas, different places. People are doing things. So it's not that bad. Let's address the next thing. Hausa and Fulani and Nupe land is not that people are saying, oh, they got all the money, they developed their place, go there, nothing is there. Why? Because Nigeria right now is a business. That's what it is. So if you are lucky, you get a good local government chairman or chairwoman or governor, he will do something, what he's capable of doing. And the rest, you know where it goes. Now let's talk about something very important for this election period. It is this. The House of Tinubu, I have followed them very carefully for a long time. Many of your governors, senators, people in the House of Representatives, business class, judges, professors, are all linked and synced with that house. The house of Tinubu is not a violent or destructive house. It's a good house. I like them. But let me tell you something. Tinubu single-handedly, the house, I call it the House of Tinubu. I don't want to single out Bola. I know that Bola is in charge. But this is what it is. Even Buhari is Buhari as a president because of the House of Tinubu. Because of Bola. Many presidents come and go. He has been involved in making them king. A day will come that the kingmaker will also want to contribute something to the nation, to the country as a nation, and to the country as a business. It is in order to further the legacy of the House of Tinubu. So, all the people that he has also pointed his finger at, including the current governor of Lagos State, he put them there. He has opened the door for a lot of you guys out there to become somebody. Now, he also have sat and watched how things are. He also want to contribute. Buhari and the rest of them, there's a lot of different cabals that I've mentioned. They owe that man a covenant. They had a covenant with him that they will also give opportunity for him to be president. They did. They will not lie about it. If they lie, they will be punished. They know it. Because Bola has something over their head. All of them. He has something over them. That's why none of them is saying anything. So when a man come out to come and do election and he tell you that his campaign team is this is my time or this is my turn, what do you think? Don't you know that he knows what you don't know?
Nigeria as a nation is under siege. Nigeria as a business, let's go and buy and sell. When we've finished, then we will be able to look at Nigeria as a nation. Every one of them made a covenant with Tinubu, with the house of Tinubu, that they will allow him to be a president. So whether they do it by stealing election or they do it by doing it clean so that it's the vote of the people, is not my business here. Because I personally am interested in Nigeria as a business. I'm not interested in Nigeria as a nation. That's it. So they made a covenant with him. So let them go and deal with that covenant. They have to deliver the covenant to the man. That's why he said, this is my turn. This is my time. I need to show you people what I can also do to help Nigeria as a nation and Nigeria as a business. That's just what it is. I don't want to go into how the election was tabulated or how it was not tabulated. That is none of my business. All I'm telling all of you is the ruling class of Nigeria as a business made me a promise. Those who become governors, those who go into positions, those things are done as Nigeria as a business. We have not yet reached the place of Nigeria as a nation, because that is just 5%, 5 over 100. We've not yet reached there. So if the Igbos want to separate and become Biafra, they are doing it at their own risk. Because among them are people who will sabotage it. If the Yorubas want to be a nation of their own, to do the worst, they are doing it at their own risk. Because among them are those who are Nigeria as a business. They will sabotage it, betray it, and destroy it. And not only that, they will shut those who want Nigeria as a nation, they will shut them down through money and through give and take. You will see it. I do not believe that people are going to riot to the point of destructions, because Nigerians are very fearful people. They are not people who are willing to put their life on the line when the bullet comes. They won't. And not only that, if they are given money, they will all shut their mouth. That's what it is. Until we reach a place where people will see money they will not take. They will take competency, professionalism, and not the money. They will say, no, I don't need the money. I need to pick this man who is competent for the job. Until we reach that place, then you know that we are talking of Nigeria as a nation. But right now, competency, professionalism is not what they are looking for. That's why you have the election the way it is. Election will always be rigged in Nigeria. No matter how you try it. Even if the electricity was on to upload and tabulate electoral votes, somebody will turn it off somewhere so that there will be no light that day and the next day. So for the next 1 week, there will be no light. So you cannot transmit anything, because Nigeria is a business. Also, are you listening? Because Nigeria is a business. We have not reached a place. We've not reached the place where Nigeria is a nation. Our law for Nigeria as a nation is 5 over 100. We've not yet reached there. So whatever they are doing, that they are trying to do election like European people do, they are wasting their time. You are doing election with indisciplined people, people of disordered, people who cannot obey the law are going to do election. Are you serious? I watched Tinubu when Tinubu went to go and cast his vote. This man is a tall man, and where they kept the way he to drop the thing was down like on the floor. The man was almost kneeling to go and cast his vote. I was like shocked. And it was an open place. Let me tell you, If they were to conduct election for Nigeria as a nation, the election that just happened on Saturday happened as Nigeria as a business. That's what it has been all along. So you need to know this, so that you don't get yourself angry and go and get yourself killed over nothing. If your children are protesting, tell your children to get back home. Start to pray for God to connect you to see Nigeria as a business and get involved with that business big time and live a good life, and then make enough money. Then you can help Nigeria as a nation in your own small way. We have not yet arrived. The country called Nigeria has not yet arrived where you conduct election for Nigeria as a nation. When we reach there, we will know. So INEC is not on the neck of everybody. INEC is simply doing the business of Nigeria as a business, not Nigeria as a nation. We've not yet gone there. We've not yet even scratched there. If people are living in their different ethnic groups, each is now afraid of each. Everyone, when you go to election time, people will vote according to their ethnicity and according to their tribe, no matter what they promise you. I know people from America who went to Nigeria to go and conduct election. I warned them not to go there. Don't go there to go and run for any office in Nigeria, because the way they view you is different. If among themselves, the way they view each other is what about you who is coming from America or from England? You are going to go and be a governor in Nigeria. Are you crazy? They are waiting for you to bring your money and let them chop your money. They finish eating. One man from Edo State, he went to go and become something there from here to go and run for an office. I warned him, he will not listen. They ate all his money and he became a madman. They gave it to son of the soil, one of their own, and that's what they will do. We've had people here who ran to Nigeria to go and contest election to become church leaders. They went there. They fooled them. When they reached there, they gave it to somebody who is already there. Are you an idiot? Not to know that Nigeria is not yet we've not yet reached where you have the fullness of the love for the nation is so big. It's not there. Anything you want in that country today, if you want, sometimes they ask, where is he from? What tribe? That's what they ask you. What religion? That's not people who are prepared for a nation. They don't think like that. If I'm from Ondo, I can vote somebody from Kano. If I'm from Kano, I can vote somebody from Enugu State. If I'm from Abia, I can vote somebody from Cross River, where I was born, and Akwa Ibom. If I'm from Cross River, I can vote anybody from Sokoto to be my president or senator or whatever. But you guys have not yet reached there as a nation. You will reach there one day. You reach there one day. It's not a matter of that the old people who carry this mentality of Nigeria as a business, that they will all die away. No, they've already initiated the young people into that mentality. The young people you see who are protesting, many of them are sabo. They are saboteurs. They are collabo. They are all collaborators. When the wars come to the wars, they will all run and leave you. You want to go and die for Nigeria as a nation. Are you crazy? When the ruling class themselves will not die for Nigeria as a nation, who are you to go and die for Nigeria as a nation? Nigeria right now is a business. The only thing that unites Nigeria as a nation, that 5%, is the oil in my city, the city where I was born, Eket, Akwa Ibom State, is the oil in Ibadan. The oil in River and Bayelsa. The oil in Warri and other places where oil is being discovered. And it's a federal, any resources like that is federal. That's where that's what unites the country. That's the only thing that unites the country is the oil. There is nothing else that unites Nigeria apart from it. Nothing else. And those of you who are Christians should ask yourself, you keep attacking the Muslims. I'm here to ask you, where do you go to get money to come and fund your project in Nigeria? Outside World Bank, International Monetary Fund, what is it? China. The Muslim will go to Saudi Arabia and to other Arab countries, Islamic countries, to go and get money and fund things for themselves or for the country. Where do the Christians go? So this is what I want to play with the Christians and with the people from the different south places. Do as the Yorubas have done. Do as the Hausas and Fulani did. The Hausas and the Fulani came and made a covenant with the Yorubas. The Yorubas went and made a covenant with them. The Igbos need to go and make covenant with the Hausas, the Nupe, the Fulanis, the Gwari, all those people in the north. And they need to go and make covenant with the Yorubas. And you have to go and make covenant with the rest of the country. It's about time that we heal the wound of Biafra. We need to heal that first before we can even start thinking about Nigeria as a nation. We have to heal the wound of Biafra. What started it? How did it start? We need a thorough investigation, and we need covenants between the ethnic groups first, so that everyone trusts everyone. So if we have a professional, competent Yoruba person, whether they went to college, to university or not, but they are professional in one field or the other, then we allow the person to be the president and deliver to the nation as a nation and to the nation as a business. I always want a president who knows business, investment, how to invite businesses from outside the country into your country, and how to take business in your country to other countries and make money. That's my one thing. And that's what I was thinking that Trump was coming to do for America. That was why I liked him at that time. I thought he was coming to do that. I didn't know he was coming to get himself involved in everybody else's business. If Bola knows business, let Bola come and do business. If Peter knows business, then Peter should come and do business. But I don't think that there is any covenant that the ruling class, the ruling families, even from Anambra State, where Peter is from, I don't think there is any covenant between them and the different ethnic groups. And it's about time that they do it. Address the issue of Biafra and let there be forgiveness, and then let there be a covenant between the ethnic groups first, that will not repeat itself. That if we have a problem, one group will not break out to go and start war. Because my parents lost everything, and they have to come and start everything afresh. Do you think I like it? So when I hear the Igbos say that they want Biafra, I hate that. I don't want to hear it, and I do not want to see it. Instead, let Nigeria remain as a business so that I can profit. Instead, let it be like that. You want to go and build libraries, hospitals for people who have no discipline, no order, nothing, who are out of order. But if you introduce the same people who are out of order into Nigeria as a business, you see them perform. Let a covenant be made. Bola Tinubu has a covenant with these people, so they have to deliver it to him. INEC will deliver it to him. And whatever happens, they will blame it on all of you who want Nigeria as a nation. They will blame it on you. So you better listen to me. I didn't come out here to come and tell you that God said this, God said that. Whatever God took me to and showed me what people are doing is between me and God, and I will not tell you. Everyone goes to Abuja to take from the center to go and help their own people. That's what has been happening. And that's how it should be. Develop your own place. Buhari is not coming to come and build road for you. It is you who should decide that you need a road. You need a good university. It's about time that professors, the union, the different unions should go and negotiate. Go and negotiate. And look at the statistics, how much money is there. If you need more money, go and see whether they give you all that money, whether it will remain for the other unions too. How many people are paying taxes in Nigeria? Tell me about it. Apart from oil, where is money coming from? Apart from oil, tell me where money is coming from to run a nation. That's why the nation is 5%. If they ask you now who is agitating for a bigger part of Nigeria as a nation, will you pay the kind of taxes that we pay here in America? Will you pay? If they come to you every year for you to pay taxes on your house, will you pay? Is that not why most of you Nigerians who live abroad, you go and build a big house in your country? It's because you are paying no taxes there. You prefer to have your own generator instead of paying electric bills. You prefer to dig your own well instead of paying water bills. You prefer to go and shit inside big holes instead of having professionally, nationally or local government managed waste disposal. You don't even have it. And you are talking about nation building. You think it's a joke to build a nation? You think nation building is a joke? You think it's a show? INEC people came last Saturday. They came late. In some places, they didn't come with their ballot boxes. In some places, they came with one and not the other. How can people who are out of order be conducting election? If they wanted that election to be for the nation, if that's what all of you wanted, it would have been this. Every word where election is being conducted, because it starts from the word, you should have 4 representatives, disciplined representative of the 4 political groups. Well, if there are more, then it should be there. All the representatives of all the political groups will be in every word. You will not go anywhere. You will be there. Immediately they finish, they look, when you come, they look your name, boom, they look your name, boom, they look your name. If your name is not there in the voters register, you will not vote. But if your name is there, you come in, you vote, you enter somewhere. It should be a closed place where you can enter, do your own thing, and then drop it in there. And you go. INEC, people who are the Electoral Commission or INEC, whatever they call them, they should be there on time. Very early, they should have everything. And the 4 representative like this one is the 4 major ones. 4 of them should be there. Immediately the election is over in that ward, they calculate it openly there. They calculate it openly there. And it is printed out to each of the representatives of each party has a copy of the numbers of people who voted in that place. Because at that time it's closed, no more voting, then it's tabulated, then the 4 representatives have a copy each, and it is transmitted to Abuja. You mean to tell me that if Nigeria is as a nation, they will not have thousands of electoral workers somewhere in Abuja tabulating those things with all the mathematicians, economists, and all the school teachers that we have in Nigeria? You mean to tell me you don't have people that we can pay them good money, about 2,000 to 3,000 people, put them together, train them, and Immediately it is transmitted to them. You wait and they tell you it is received at the other end. Then that polling booth is closed. Done. And everybody's gone. They should have people who are in charge of the 36 states, should have 36 places where they are tracking everything in Abuja. Then we won't have this problem of suspecting rigging, or no rigging, or make believe, or presupposition, or mischief, or infighting, because the four representatives of each of the political group, they have it in their hand. And they themselves will be able to tabulate this from, the political parties in the local government will come together to check what they have, whether it tallies with what is in the local government secretariat, if that's where you guys want to go. But bypass all the states and all that thing. Go straight to Abuja to do it. Send it straight to Abuja, and you will have people there doing those things, and they can begin to call the election immediately it ended. They start calling it right there because they have it right there. That can only happen if everyone begin to see Nigeria as a nation. So you have to decide first, what are you going to do to help Nigeria as a nation outside oil? What are you going to do? What are you going to sell? What are you going to manufacture? We are not manufacturing anything. Apart from Dangote and the rest of them who are doing something, where are the rest? What are they manufacturing? What medicine are we manufacturing? What science and technology are we manufacturing? Because I tell people that the three things Nigerian people are good at manufacturing is juju, mosque, and church. That's it. That's what they import, export, and manufacture. The oil go to Nigeria as a business. That's it. And then they let it trickle down to Nigeria as a nation. So I hope you now know what is happening. So if Bola become president, they owe it to him, because he has helped them. A lot of your governors, that's why they are quiet. A lot of your governors are quiet because they know what I know. They know what I know. So when the country will be ready to be a nation, it will not happen by people from the East being Biafra, people from Yoruba being that, and the Northerners are Arewa nation. It is not going to solve your problems. Number one, begin to think of outside oil, what are you going to sell to the rest of the world? Then you can now start talking about Nigeria as a nation. Taxes must be paid by individuals. Taxes must be paid by individuals. People must give to build good libraries, good hospitals, good roads, all of this. So don't think that being a nation, you're going to get something for free. It does not happen that way. And all of those people who come to you to tell you, God said this, God said that. God doesn't want to fight with human beings. Okay? It is human beings who must decide who is going to be their king and queens, who must be their prime minister, who must be their president. It's not God who is coming to change Nigeria. They've been fooling you guys enough, telling you people that it is God who is coming to change Nigeria. God will never change it. It is all of you who are going to change it. However you do it is up to you. It's not going to happen through the mosque, through juju, or through the church. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen when you decide that you've chosen something you are going to do to increase nation building from 5% to 100%. So that while you pursue Nigeria as a business, you also pursue Nigeria as a nation. But now the allegiance to Nigeria as a business is very big. It's bigger than Nigeria as a nation. So you have to decide. As a people, the different ethnic groups have to make covenant with each other and say, this is where we are heading. This is what we want. Until that happens, what happened last Saturday is just a small thing. And many people would be killed. Many people will lose their life during this election time if care is not taken. And I don't want you to be one of them. And everything that I'm telling you, those who help me put things together, I witness that I have told you the truth. I've told you the truth of how your country is working, how it works, the mentality of the people. How can a Nigerian person be paid $5,000 a month? But if somebody walk into that man or that woman's office to have a signature on a document, only her signature is needed, stamped, so that they can go and do business. They can go and do things with it. That person will take that file and keep there for 1 month. Something that should have been done in 2 minutes. It will be there in 1 month, 2 months, 5 months. Because they expect you to come and give them money. That's Nigeria as a business. So what you do, you give them money. It is signed, sealed, and delivered to you with a big hug, cup of tea. They will even take you out to go and eat. When money show up, Nigerians are very happy people. They're very happy. They love money. Not that they like it, they love it. And they like and love power, because power gives them access to money, and money gives them access to power. Nigerians love it. So don't complain about we don't have good airport, we don't have good this, we don't have good that. Then, since Nigeria is a business, go and build your own private airport. And Nigeria will pay you good money. Have your own private airlines. Nigerians will pay you good money. They have the money. Nigerians are rich people. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to their complaint. They have money. They will take care of their own business. Until they reach a place where they have to make that decision that we have now to go and start Nigeria as a nation. We've never had that. It will take a long time to come. And when that time comes, we will all know. And we will all participate in building it as a nation. But the question is, building it for who? That's a different question to answer. Also, did you hear what I said? You are building Nigeria as a nation for who? For who? So we have to answer. We have to answer that too. For who? For which class of people? What kind of mentality will they have? Can they maintain Nigeria as a nation? Do they have the money to do that? Can they get enough taxes to run it? What are they going to sell to make money? Every sale, will you be happy every sale that you do in your business for taxes to be collected? Will you be happy? Let's start from there. Every product in my office here, taxes are taken. Will you be happy to do that? You want Nigeria as a nation? Are you crazy? Your paycheck, high taxes are taken. Social Security is taken. Medicare is taken here in America. I hope you'll be happy about that, eh? So let's talk about it. Ma Mary, am I not saying the right thing? Also, am I not saying the right thing, and the rest of you who are listening?
That is right,
In America, if you are paid $10,000 a month, go and look at the taxes that are taken. By the time they finish taking all the different things, what remain might be like 3,000 or 4,000 for you to take and go home. And we don't complain. And we do not complain. Let it happen to you in Nigeria, and you will see the people will come to kill you either with juju, or they will send armed robbers to come and shoot you for taking their money. We are not even prepared for Nigeria as a nation to that level, where you will allow your boss will remove the money to put out for you for life insurance, for this insurance, for health. You start fighting him. or her. We've not reached there. So my prayer is that those who see Nigeria as a business, especially the family that has already come up in Nigeria and in good standing, you know, the ruling class, that they will grow from that to Nigeria as a nation, whereby the rest of the people who are not smart enough like these other ones can also be synced to grow. That's just it. But outside that, let's see what will happen. Let's watch and see what will happen. But this is what I'm gonna say. If Bola Tinubu become the president, that's fair. That's fine. I have no problem with it. Instead of people losing their life and dying and protesting, because he's been governor of Lagos, I didn't hear any bad thing about him. I heard that he built Lagos State. Let's see whether he can build a nation. But also remember the power of the incumbency. Buhari owes Tinubu. Buhari must deliver to his party. He owes his party something. His party also have something over him. So he's not innocent. I mean, he's an innocent man, but he's not innocent all that. He has to do what he promised them in the covenant. That if they make him a two-term president, he will also help Bola to be. I know that the former president of Obasanjo might not be happy about this, but during his own time, Nigeria operated as a business. He did not graduate into Nigeria as a nation. He has been there. He has been there as a military president. Obasanjo was there. Olusegun Obasanjo was there. I was a little kid when Obasanjo was the president of Nigeria. And when I was leaving and coming to America, he was entering to be a civilian president again. I was there when they put him in prison. And when Abiola died in prison too. So this is not a matter of Christian versus Muslim. Abiola was a Muslim. A Muslim president, military president, made sure that he perished there in the prison. So Nigeria is not a matter of Muslim versus Christians, North versus South, West versus East and West and North. That's not what it is. Stop thinking of Nigeria that way, that is Muslim, Christians, Yoruba versus Igbo, Yoruba versus Hausa, Hausa versus Yoruba and Igbo. Stop thinking about it. That's not how Nigeria runs. Nigeria runs as a business. And there are people in every ethnic group that has benefited highly, mightily. I need to benefit too. I am very happy to hear that the Chinese have come to build their own export processing zone near Nigeria. I'm very happy about that, so I can do business now. That's just what I'm interested in. That's the only thing I'm interested in Nigeria is Nigeria as a business. I'm telling you. Because I was born to see that. I got so angry at it because I wanted Nigeria as a nation. But now I'm an adult. I've grown. Nobody can lead me astray. You are not yet born in this planet to lead me astray. If they want to redo the election, that's fine. If they want to redo the election, that's fine. But even if they redo the election, Tinubu will still win. Mark my word. Even if they redo the election, Tinubu will still win. I've said it to you all. I'm saying it publicly. If they cancel that election today and they redo it, Tinubu will still win. Because Nigeria is our business. The only way that new faces will come to the stage to do their own dance, that's to become leaders of Nigeria. People who are not part of the ruling class, the business class, the leading class. It will only happen when they all sit together and make a covenant among themselves. Between all the ethnic groups need to enter into a covenant, and they need to keep it. And that covenant must be made. You bring the Bible, you bring the Quran, and you bring the Juju. You have to bring them all. All of you to go and see how they swore in Nelson Mandela. They brought the Jewish Bible, the Christian Bible, they brought the Islamic book, they brought the juju of the land from the Zulus or whichever tribe, and they administer it to him. That you steal 1 penny, you die. Go and watch it, how they swore him in. You steal, you die. You take bribe, you die. You don't do what you say you are coming to do, you die. And Nelson Mandela put himself and did it. Nelson Mandela did all he could do for 4 years. He said, I'm done. 4 years, he was done. He gave the best. So and that kind of thing will only happen when we begin to see Nigeria as a nation. Don't just bring a priest to come and pray for them. Bring me, idika, imeri. Let me come and be the one to administer the Bible to them, both the Old and the New Testament. The way we do it. Let me come and administer it to whoever is going to the Senate, will be a judge of the court in Nigeria, will be the president of Nigeria. You will see how many people will survive it.
Hallelujah. Agree.
And then when I finish, I will bring the most dirty juju person to come and administer the juju of the land to the person too. And then I'll bring an imam that understand the Sufi power of Islam. Let the person come and administer it to the same person. And after that, everybody goes their way. Let me see. People will start to drop like flies. They'll start to die. How many Nigerians will see money, big money, and they give it to you? You are going to buy 2 new cars. You are going to build 2 new houses. You are going to marry 2 new wives. You are going to have plenty children. You are going to have enough fried rice to eat, enough chicken and turkey. Will say no. Are you serious? Because as long as Nigeria is a business, they will take the money. They will take the money. So go and think twice. Go and think twice. Because even those who are looking for Nigeria as a nation, their hands are not clean. Many of them have also stolen. And they are looking for opportunity to get more. And that's where we want to bring this to an end. Whether you like me or not, I've told you the truth. Go and put what I've told you into practice, and everything will begin to work. Let me give you an example. If Nigerians are sincere, you can make our fabric, our clothing lines to become international. Just our clothing lines. You can make our jewelries to become international. Our perfumes, lotions to become international. It means everybody knows about it. Build cars that come from that country and make it available for everybody. Let people come and buy it. Turn the country also, some part of the country that are nice, into vacation spots. And when people come, nobody intimidate them, nobody steal from them, nobody kill them. They are respected, they are protected, so that they keep coming to eat good food, marry our women, marry our men, so that we intermingle. Yorubas have done it very well. They mingle with the north and south. They mingle with the Igbos. They married Igbos. They married Hausa. They married Fulani. They are the only group that have married from everywhere. Their manko is in everyone. And the Yorubas will do everything to bring you to their land for you to come and build there. They know when you put up a building, you are not going to carry the building and go. Go and look at Lagos. Lagos is developed by both Yorubas and by both foreigners. That's why it is a cosmopolitan city. How many of you are smart enough to love your ethnic group like the Yorubas? To bring foreigners to come and build in your ethnic group. When you are ready for that, we know. If you can, if for example, every Igbo man is a chief, every Igbo man is a king, is an Eze. You are fighting titles with each other, village titles, village champions. Huh? You are not yet ready for a nation. You want Biafran nation? Who will be president? The Anambra people or Enugu or Imo? Are you serious? After that, you fight among yourselves. The reason why people are looking for Biafra right now is because if it is given to them, then they will go after the oil in the riverine area. That's what they are looking for. To carry Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Delta, Edo, to take those areas. We can't afford to do that. Let's go slowly. Let's go slowly until we arrive where Nigeria can be a nation and everyone is prepared, everyone is disciplined enough for that. I was talking to a Nigerian woman from Texas. She brought out there was a mail that she had in her hand. We were standing at the parking lot, and then she said, who was this? I didn't know that this mail was in my car. She read it. Then she tore it into pieces and threw it into the air. I was like, darling, couldn't you have put that thing in the trash? She said, oh, discipline. It takes order and discipline to build a nation. It's not just conducting an election. I will talk to you next time. Whether Tinubu become president or Atiku or Peter Obi is not my business. My business is that Nigeria is a business right now. And even if you cancel the election, Tinubu will still be president. Unless something else happens behind the scene, they are able to negotiate differently. And then Peter Obi will be president. And that will only happen. Peter Obi will only become president if everyone change their mind. If people in Ondo will vote for an Hausa man or for an Igbo man and not vote the ethnic group, they will vote for competency. That's what it is. That's what it is. Until we reach the place of professionalism and competency, and that money should not be the tool for everything, power shouldn't be, but professionalism, your ability to love your job and do your job. That's how nations are built. Not just money and power and position. I'm not talking to you as an outsider of Nigeria. I'm talking to you as someone who knows, who participated. Goodbye.
Thank you.